Welcome to What's Kate Cooking. Today I've got a 4-egg omelet to share with maybe someone who is eating low carb, enjoys eating healthy, or just enjoys eating in general. But we've got that stuffed with spinach, mushrooms, Colby Jack cheese. Let me show you how you can make this for you and your loved one yourself. Today's breakfast, everyone, is going to be this 4-egg omelet. And now that we've got that all scrambled together, we are going to pour this into the pan here that I already buttered. And a bigger omelet today because I am sharing it. Now this omelet is going to include some mushrooms and spinach. Yum. So getting that sauteed there. And then I've also got some bacon here to go with it. And of course, some cheese. So as you can see, all of that spinach that was there definitely cooks down. And being that I'm going to put this in an omelet, I'm going to drain that juice off. So I'm just going to drain that in the sink. Obviously, if you have a lid, it would probably be easier to use. All right, so we've got that drained. It's gonna finish up cooking there. I was cooking that on about a medium-high heat. Now our omelet here, and by the way, this size omelet is a great option for couples who are maybe trying to eat healthier and you don't wanna cook two separate omelets, or just a family, cooking an omelet for you all to share. Essentially a great omelet to share. So let's go ahead and get to my favorite part of making an omelet, which is flipping it. All right, let's get this baby flipped. Whoa, there we go. I love it when it's a good flip. We'll give it a few more minutes and then I'll flip it one more time so that this raw egg can cook here, and then flip it again and get it loaded. All right, so just flipping it again so that egg can cook, and that really takes, just a few seconds to get that egg cooked on that other side. And the last piece of bacon cooking there. So our bacon is ready, our veggies are ready. Just waiting on this guy. All right, so as we can see now, that egg that was raw there is now cooked. Much more comfortable with that. Let's go ahead and get it stuffed. So I did run out of shredded cheddar cheese, so I'm just making do with what I have, which is Colby, a delicious option, a cheese slice here. I'm gonna just go ahead and place that in the omelet, fold this over, and let that cheese melt a little, and bam, we have a 4-egg omelet to share. I am going to be making hamburger with beans, some canned chilies that I had left over from the green chili omelet I made. You can certainly check that video out along with who knows how many others I have available. But I'm gonna go ahead and get started cooking the hamburger. I will be adding a can of pinto beans. And I do like the ones that are already in this mild sauce. I feel it does help flavor everything really good. Now, I am going to season the hamburger here with some garlic salt, some chili powder, my kind of like little custom blend there, some cumin, and again, if you want to keep it simple, just use a taco packet seasoning. Be very simple. I am also going to cut and add some fresh garlic and onion. This is roughly 2 small cloves of garlic. And about a 1/4 cup of onion. Now keep in mind you don't have to add either of those. I like to add them because I think they provide great nutritional value, so why not? but I understand. Some people aren't fans, so certainly leave them out if that's not your thing. I'm also going to add some salt and pepper. And I am cooking this on a medium heat, so about a 4.5, and then going to mix this all together. And to be really honest, you probably could get away if you wanted to keep it just totally simple using plain hamburger. I would still add salt and pepper, and then allowing the mild sauce in the canned pinto beans to flavor everything. So I am going to let that meat brown. Once it's brown, I'll be adding in those canned pinto beans. Once you've got that meat browned, that's when you're going to add in those chili beans, chili pinto beans. Now keep in mind, I did not drain that juice. I'm gonna just, again, allow all that to be flavor with that meat. And I like it because it also keeps it kind of juicy. Now here are those green chilies I had left over. I am going to also add these. I am now going to cover it and turn the heat down to about a 2.5 or a 3 and just let it simmer for maybe 10 minutes. Now I am essentially going to be making a salad. So I'll have iceberg lettuce, some spinach, some cheese, and then throw that hamburger mix on top. For others in my home though, I'm going to be heating up a tortilla. Now these are my favorite tortillas. I talk about them often. It is the Tortilla Land, and I love it because they have 5 simple ingredients, so they keep it really simple. And again, just a great tortilla. And I've preheated this pan on a 7 heat. And you can see here on the edge, it still needs to cook. So what I like to do is just kind of flip it over and make sure that part is flat to ensure it is cooked. Super simple, yummy, low carb, or even for those you love, making a simple tortilla for them to wrap it all up in. So I have 2 different plates prepped. I've got a low carb plate for myself, essentially. Iceberg. Well, that's the timer for our meat. So that is finished, and let's just stir that really quick. But all good to go. So back to this salad. Again, 2 different entrees here. One is low carb, iceberg lettuce, spinach, Colby Jack sliced. So I crumbled it up a little bit, tore it into pieces, whatever. My homemade salsa, cucumber. Now for the alternative, that person who is eating carbs, that tortilla that I'm such a fan of, salsa, essentially the same thing here, but with the addition of that tortilla. So we've got that hamburger, pinto bean, green chili mixture. Gonna just put that right there in the center. And for that burrito slash taco, whatever. So here we've got today our low carb option and the carb option.